Crafter. My name is Laura. Welcome back, returning subscribers, and welcome new people. This is my little corner where I love to sit down and discuss all things knit and crochet. So today, it's hard to believe, but I'm already up to episode 73. Wow. It's been a really fun time on YouTube so far, and I plan to keep it going. So this week is a very fun week. I've got a lot to talk about. This time I do have more than one finished object to share with all of you, and I'm excited about that. Also, we're finally getting some warmth here in Northern Illinois. Today we are supposed to be getting up near 90 degrees, so that's exciting. Got a cool south breeze right now. It's 9 a.m. when I'm filming this, so I want to get finished and then get started with my day. Had a wonderful week, enjoying the sunshine. It's been a little hazy today so far, the past couple days, but it's all right. We're just going to go with it because that's life. All right, well, how are all of you doing this week? I hope you are all doing well. I hope you're getting out there and enjoying the sunshine as well as I am. I sure hope you're getting wonderful weather. We are. So anyway, I'm going to now share with you the finished objects that I completed this week, and it has been a busy one. I have been really working diligently to finish what I have on my needles and hooks. So the first finished object is one that I am wearing. And I finished this, and I'm going to scoot way back so I can stand up and show you the entire thing here. This is my Carly Cardi. This design for the Carly Cardi you will find over at Craft and a Cuppa. And I used a cotton yarn for mine. And I added this little tie. Now I made mine sleeveless. She does give directions for sleeves on these, and you can make it with any size yarn, any type of yarn you want, any hook size. It's totally up to you. I like that about this pattern. This pattern is wonderful. Mine goes all the way down, covers my back side. Yep, it's crocheted up in 3 pieces. And I am just loving it. It's a nice, cool, little, comfortable cotton piece. I could just throw on over top like I got a t-shirt on today. This was the yarn I chose for this. This is Stylecraft Love You. It is a 3-weight cotton, and it is a cotton acrylic blend. This is in the colorway Cherish. And there are, let me see. Okay, this recommends a 4mm crochet hook or size US 4 knitting needles. I used a number 6. I went up a little bit on mine because I wanted to give it more openness and drape, as I stated in my last podcast. There are 229 yards on one of these, or 210 meters. It is a 60% cotton and a 40% acrylic, which is very nice. I like that. I prefer my garments to have more cotton than acrylic, just because summertime is just around the corner now, and yeah. So that's the yarn. Stylecraft Love You in the colorway Cherish. So that's my first finished object, yeah. And it took me to almost 3 of these, almost 3 balls of this to finish this. I could have made it a little bit wider, and I wish I would have made my front panels just a little bit wider, just a little bit more. But, you know, putting in that tie gives me just the right amount of coverage that I needed. So it's just something that I want to wear over top a tank top or a t-shirt, or, you know, just something to throw on over for a little extra coverage. So yeah, my Carly Cardi, I love it. I made one of these in a yellow acrylic last fall, was it? Yeah, I think it was last fall, towards the end of summer is when I made that my other one. So alrighty, that's my first finished object. Now for my second one. I finished my, and I'm gonna scoot back a little bit more. I finished this. And you've seen this before. I'm just trying to find the front side from the back side. Here we go. I finished this chevron poncho. I love this. I'm going to model it for you. This was all 100% cotton, this one. Well, except for the drops. Drops Cotton Light, that was a polyester cotton blend. But there that is. My chair is really in the way, but I love this. I love just wearing this. It's very, very comfortable. It's perfect for going out if I don't want too much sun exposure, or even if I want to get out in the evenings and it's a little bit cool. This is perfect. I've worn it on walks. I've worn it out. I've worn it quite a few times already. So I finally finished, and now it's a finished object. And I did add the fringe. This is crocheted up in Drops Cotton Light for 2 of the colors. And then I used a ball of, I love this cotton for the white. And then the mauve in here was just some 3-weight sport cotton I had left over from another project I did probably a year ago. So yeah, it's just some stash busting project. Now, I'm planning on coming out with a tutorial for you. I am waiting for the yarn to come in the mail. When my yarn comes in the mail, I'm going to do a little yarn surprise happy mail video for you all, and you can get an idea of what I'm going to use for colors. So that can kind of get you excited. Maybe it'll help you decide what kind of colors you want. So, I don't know. I'm just waiting on it because I want to make another one with these colors coming. I love this. I love this. I could have this in 3 or 4 different colors. It's very, very comfortable. So easy to crochet. And I'm going to do the pattern for you. In the tutorial I'm planning on making, I'm going to show you how to start from beginning pretty much to the end. But this is a pretty easy stitch pattern. It's a chevron stitch pattern. Once you get going in the round, it just increases a little bit more and more and more and more as you move along. And then you just end it by just adding some fringe at the end. So yeah, very nice. Love this. So that is my second finished object. The yarn was a sport weight, number 3 light. And I used a 5mm crochet hook for mine. So, okay, and now for the third finished object. Ta-da! Oh, this is so adorable. I finished the little baby sweater. This is my very first little baby sweater that I made. It's top down in the round. It's a circular yoke. Just a circular yoke there. And I used the lace raglan that I showed you how to do in that tutorial. So if you go back and find my tutorial, you could just change the stitch counts and just do the same type of thing, only on a smaller scale. That's very pretty. Those 2 yarns held double. And I have the yarn back here. I used a Drops Nord. Drops Nord. And this is attached to some project that I'm not going to finish. it's going to get frogged out. Oh, I can reach in there and get it without knocking my chicken over that's up there. You can't see too much, but my support chicken is above my head. Anyway, this is Rico Essentials Super Kid Mohair and Silk. I held that strand with a strand of Drops Nord, which is a wool and alpaca blend in the shade Old Pink. And those two held double, created this nice, and you could see the marble effect it gave me. Nice soft halo from the mohair and the alpaca. So this is for a little girl at church. She's not quite 2. I think I don't know exactly how old she is, but she's a little over a year old. Just walking around, and I thought, oh, I want to do that. I need the practice. Now, I'm not saying I'm a grandmother yet or anything, but future I would like to be. But anyway, I just thought I would give this experiment a try and see what it produced. And you can make little baby things. This has seven buttons on this. 7 buttons. It took a while to sew them in. But, and the combination of this together is extremely soft. It's not scratchy or itchy or anything like that. I did tell her guardian to be sure that you make sure you hand wash this and lay it flat to dry. Do not throw it in the machine. So, yeah. Which is small. It'll be easy to take. It should be fairly easy to do. Hand washing small garments like that is not too hard. And I did learn something else too. I had heard this on YouTube, someone say that when you're knitting back and forth to where you knit one row and then purl another in stockinette stitch, well, you'll get your gauge that way, but when you knit in the round, you're going to get a much tighter gauge, and you can actually see, if you look real close, exactly where I started the sleeve. You can see that, can't you? Here, the stockinette stitch is larger than on the sleeve. It's much tighter. So next time I make a sweater for myself or anything, I'm going to go up a whole needle size when I begin the sleeve. Let's see if that will help it to match better. So under here, I've improved greatly. When I picked up in the round, there's no holes in the underarm. And you can see my increases because I just did the knit 2 together decreases, sorry. You can see my decrease marks. That helped me to count how many times I decreased. So I just knitted 2 together when I did my decrease. But to keep it from going slanted, I would do 2 together and then knit 6 rows up, and then I would knit these 2 together, 6 rows up, and then these 2 together. That way it kind of gave it a kind of a middle ground to where it does look like it's going zigzagging a little bit, but it kept it at right in the center, gave it a center balance so that we wouldn't get our increases slanting up this way. you know what decreases, I'm sorry. So I wouldn't get our decreases on a slant. I didn't want them at an angle. Hope that made sense. And I used a 3, let's see. I'm sorry I keep having to say this in US sizes, but it was a US 3 for the rib. And the rib was just a 1x1 rib. And then the body and the sleeves and everything is knit with a US size 5. I'm gonna get my chart. So, okay, I went to go get my chart so I can tell you millimeter sizes. So, the ribbing for the neck, cuffs, and bottom was knitted on a 3.25 millimeter needle. And the body was knitted on a 3.75 millimeter or a US 5. So I have this little chart I put for myself on my hook case. No, I don't have knitting needles in here, but I wanted to put this chart where it would always be near me, where I can start to remember. I'm trying to remember the metric millimeter sizes for knitting needles because a lot of you are not from the US and you might not know. So I'm trying to be more cautious and try to be more up to date on things by giving you the millimeter sizes. So that's going to help me too. And I just love this little case. It came from a thrift store. My son got it for me a while ago, or probably about a year ago. And I just keep all my hooks in there, and I've got my stitch markers in there, end caps in there. Then when I'm working on a sweater, I'll put the buttons in here. Yeah. But I was so pleased with how this turned out. It didn't take long to knit either. Much, much faster than doing it with the 5-piece. You know how you knit baby sweaters and you have 2 arms and you have 2 fronts and then you have the back. This was much faster, so I really enjoyed making this. It's so sweet. It's just so sweet. Oh, that's so cute. And I took it to church this last Sunday, and I didn't have the button bands finished and everything. And I says, would you do me a favor? Would you put this on her and see if it fits her? And it fit her perfectly. I was so pleased. All right, so yeah, that's all of my finished objects. And wow, I'm already 17 minutes in, so I guess I better get on with whips. All right, let's get on with those whips. I'm going to take a little drink first. I've got a lot of whips also. The productivity is just flying off my needles and hooks. Okay, I'll start with what you've seen first. And I'm picking it up very carefully because I did not, once again, I did not put my end caps on this. When will I learn? That goes there and that goes there. I'm going to do that really quick before I show you so I don't lose my stitches. Because this has a lot in the round. This is that brown sweater that I created the fabric from holding 3 strands together. And I did make a little more progress on it. Last time I showed you, I just got divided for the sleeves. Not much. There's not much more progress. Only about a 1/2 inch. So that's all the progress I've made on it this week. Well, it was wanting to finish the baby sweater mainly. Because, you know, with children, they grow so fast. They just grow like, shoot. They just shoot right up. So I wanted to finish that before I give it to her real quickly. But this is the fabric I'm getting from this. This is my top down in the round raglan sweater that I'm knitting for myself. And I'm making a different type of raglan. I don't know if you can see. That is made, let me see if I can say this right, because last time I messed up. I finished the raglan part. And now I got divided for the sleeves, and I'm working in the round now. But my raglan was a little different. It was a knit 2 together, and then it was a purl 1 and then knit 2 together. But the way I messed up again. I messed up again and tell you, no, it's not knit 2 together. That would be decreasing. It's knit 1, make 1, purl 1, knit 1, make 1. There, I said it. That's correct. Oh. So that increases, and I did that every other round. You do the increase, and then you just do a plain round of knitting. So, yeah. And once again, I did show you this before, but I'll show you again. The 3 yarns, I have them in here. One strand is drop snored alpaca, wool alpaca. This is a silk mohair. And this is a discontinued yarn. It's just a lace weight superwash merino wool and silk blend. This was Willow Stream. So those are my 3 strands. And I put them in this little bag. And this is something else I finished. I didn't get to talk about this. This is a finished object too. I just haven't shown it to you yet. I'm sorry. The pattern for this little bag, if you're interested, little crochet bag, go see Sheila over at Crochet Any Way You Can. I will link that channel because she needs subscribers for that channel. She has other channels too. She has Sheila's Knitting Tips and Other Stuff. She has another channel called Sheila's Just Knitting. And she has the Sheila's Shopping and Cooking. And now she opened up the Crochet Any Way You Can. And I'm enjoying it. She showed how to make coasters and bags and all kinds of little accessories. And this was just some 2-weight yarn. I held 3 strands together using a size 7mm crochet hook. And I made this in an afternoon. So it was quite easy to crochet. Perfect for carrying small little projects. And holding your yarns and just setting it by my chair and yeah. But anyway, back to this. This is making such a beautiful fabric. And I'm going to now pick it back up again. I also want to connect this together. But I love making sweaters in the round because it's just so much easier for me. There, I just want to hook that together. And that's the progress. Not much more since the last time you've seen it. Be getting back to that. Okay, another one I started, I have not picked up at all, is this. I'm thinking about frogging it back to the rib. I'm not happy with this stitch pattern. I was doing a basket stitch 2x4, 2x4. I don't like it. I don't like the basket stitch. I don't like it on a size 13. It's just too large. The stitches are too large. I like it better on the 11. I may decide just to start all over from the very beginning, but I don't know. It's beautiful yarn. It's very, very beautiful yarn. And this is oh, it's so soft. I have the label over here. It's Drops Andes. And that's way down here. There we go. It's nice to have that little yarn cubby. I got this little yarn cubby on Amazon. And it was around, just a little under $50 when I purchased it. But it holds more yarn than you think. It holds a lot of yarn. You could just keep stuffing and stuffing the yarn in those bins and it just keeps holding it. But anyway, this is Drops Andes. This is a bulky number 5, a bulky 5, I would say. And it's a wool and alpaca blend. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. It is so squishy. It's just airy and light is what it is. It's just very soft, very airy, very light. I do want to get back to this. What I'm planning on making with this is a, and this is a very easy knit. If you're a fairly new beginner at knitting, you can make this. It's going to go straight up. And then when I get to the neck opening, I'm just going to bind off so many stitches and then knit it across. When I come back on the purl row, I'm just going to be purling and then casting on the stitches back on. I'll show you as I get further along in making it. And I'm just going to make that all one flat, long, rectangular piece or slip over my head. And then I'm going to make 2 I-cords for ties. And it's going to be just a slip over. Just a nice little comfortable woolen slip over. So when I get back to it, but I'm not liking this big, huge needle. I want to go down a needle. It's too loose. The stitches are too loose, I think. I'm not sure what the yarn recommends. The label will tell me. Oh, it doesn't. I'm not seeing it. Huh. That's odd. That should tell me. Okay, here we go. Oh. Looks like it says, the print is so fine and it just strains my eyes. Looks like it says a 9mm. That can't be right. Yeah, it does say a 9mm, which is a 13. So I am using the recommended needle size. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just the stitch pattern and I'm just not liking the stitch pattern. Because I'm using the right needle size recommended for the yarn, which is what I wanted to do. All right, well, I guess I will just frog it back to my rib and then just start in plain stockinette stitch and just let the yarn speak for itself because this is such beautiful yarn. I'm not sure if you can see if the camera's picking it up, but it's got like undertones of blue and gold. Kind of a blue and kind of a pale yellow blended in with the rosy color. This is shade number 4276. Drops Andes. You can get this at Wool Warehouse. It was on sale a while back. So, yeah, I do have a crochet cardigan made with that. I need to pull that out sometime and show it to you. But anyway, I got that going on. Now for the third thing, and this is a pretty piece. Pretty piece. I'm making a shawl. Ooh, isn't that gorgeous? I'm going to hold it upside down because of my needles. But this is the peak of it. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Look at the tones in that rich red. That is gorgeous. And the needle is not doing it. And I tried to hold it the right way for you, but the way I'm knitting it, it just can't see it. No, I can see it better this way. Can see it better this way. Focus, camera, focus. Focus on that red. That is so pretty. And it's got sparkles in it. Oh, there. Yeah, there we go. Now you can see the little bits of blue in there with the red. Isn't that beautiful? That's the true color right there. It's a very rich red, and it's so silky soft. I'm holding 2 strands together. This is the cone that I got from Woolly Yarn. This is sold out. They don't sell this one now, but they have plenty of other different ones over there. And that plus a merino wool and silk. This is a wool, silk, and alpaca blend with sparkle. I don't know if you can see the sparkle or not. Yeah, kind of. And then this is just a superwash merino wool. So I'm just holding it. I'm just going to keep going until I'm out of yarn. I do have more of this. So I don't know how far the cone's going to get me. We'll see. We'll see. And I'm just making a simple triangular shawl. There we go. And every so often, like every 3 inches, I'm just adding this, I think it's called garter lace ridge. So it's my own pattern. I'm just freestyling it. That's what I'm doing. This is the garter ridge. You make that, I can tell you how I made it. You make that by purling a row on the knit side. And then you, the next row, you do a knit 1, and then you yarn over, knit 2 together, knit 1, yarn over, knit 2 together, knit 1, yarn over. Okay, that's the pattern for that. And then you come back again on the purl side and you do a knit. You knit on the purl side, which will give it a ridge. Hope I explained that correctly. Now to increase is just a center increase. All of these are yarn over, knit 1, yarn over. And then at each knit row, because you're doing a knit and a purl on this stockinette stitch, on the knit row, every row is going to be knit 3, whether it's a purl row or a knit row. You're always, every row, going to knit 3 at the ends. And then you're going to increase by a stitch on the knit side. And this is a size 7, which is US 7, which is a 4.5 millimeter knitting needle. So there's that. I'm kind of set that aside too when I was working on the baby sweater. So yeah, you'll notice there's a shawl theme going on here. Yep. And now a couple more. Yep. Don't worry, I didn't lose my hook this time. You know where that hook was last time? It was directly under my chair. It was directly under my chair, and I just didn't see it. Thirsty. Okay. I am crocheting up another little shawl here. I can untangle my yarn. Goodness sakes. Okay, I started this one in the pattern. It's kind of Americana looking, isn't it? Yeah, it's the yarn. I started holding it double, but I thought, no. I don't have enough of that to make a shawl holding that double. So I went single-stranded, and it's got more drape that way. Isn't this lovely? It's very light, open, lacy, and see-through. Yeah, I love that. And I'm using a 5 millimeter crochet hook, and the yarn is a merino wool and silk blend. It is a lace weight, and it's the last of its kind. If you can find this out there, then you've got a gem. This is Fibra Natura Whisper Lace. This has been discontinued for many years. I have had this in my stash for many years. I bought it at a clearance sale with different colors when it was only 98 cents. Yeah. And I think it was like 8 years ago, I want to say. I think so. It was nearly a decade ago, I know. And I have this, and I have one more. And that's the last of its kind, and I'm wanting to make something pretty with it. I want to make a shawl. And my pattern here is a simple one. It's one I have a tutorial for. So if you go, ooh, I like the looks of that, I want to make that. So go over to my tutorial where I show you how to make that purple shawl. If I remember to, I'll link it in my description. And get yourself any wool and silk blend lace weight yarn and a 5mm crochet hook, and join me over there for the tutorial, and you'll be able to crank out one of these for your very own. Nice and light. I was worried about it being too open with that 5mm hook, but no, it's very light and lacy, light and drapey. That's what I like. So we'll see how much of this, how much farther I can get on this. And I've got another one. It's not in this exact shade, but it's in a shade of red that kind of goes along with it. So it's sitting over here. It's sitting over here. If I can grab it. Oh, there it is. It's just a different tone is all. See, it's more of a red. So it goes along nicely with this, I thought. So, okay, and now, I've done a lot of talking. We're almost 40 minutes into this. I hope you're just sitting down with your project and just listening to me go on. Okay, this last one is just something I'm just making up out of the top of my head. I wanted to do an asymmetrical shawl, but it's going to be a scarf because I know I'm not going to have enough yarn to make this too long, but I have a very unique stitch pattern here. And I'm doing a knit 3 every row on each end. And this is my decrease row over here. I started just casting on quite a large number, and then just, I don't even know how much I casted on. And I'm just going along with it. That's pretty. Same yarn here. Stylecraft Love You. I want to see what it looked like knitted. I want to knit something with it. So it's just and I'm just making some pearls in here, kind of at an angle, going along. Just knitting. Just knitting. So that's my progress on that. That's kind of just a start on that. So I've got just this little bit here and then that right there. And it should be enough to finish a shawl. Oh, and I can tell it's heating up already. I think I'm going to get done filming here and then I'm going to close down the windows again. My face is getting red. Yeah, they said it was going to warm up quickly today. And this afternoon it's going to hit near 90. And I've got to go out and do a little weeding in my garden. So, well, anyway, that's everything I wanted to show you today. So all of you take care and you all have a super fantastic, wonderful week. Have fun out there. Enjoy your makes. Enjoy life. Life is a gift. Enjoy it, you know. Alrighty, well, I'm going to let you go now, and I'm going to get on doing the things I need to get finished for today. So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for your kind comments. And don't forget to keep giving me your questions. I'm writing them all down. And someone asked me a couple of questions and then asked me if that was too personal or if that was okay. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly normal. You can you can ask me anything personal or whatever. You know, I'm here to answer the questions the best I can. I'm going to do a Q&A coming up in the beginning of July to celebrate my 2 years of being on YouTube. And for all of you new subscribers, I thought it would be a very nice way to get to know me better. It's just going to be a chatty little episode where I'm just talking about personal stuff and all the like. My life has went through many changes over the past year. It's amazing to me when I think back of where I was then to where I am now today, personal wise and YouTube wise. So yeah. So with that being said, thank you all for being here. Please be sure to hit the like button on the way out. Consider subscribing if you have not subscribed to my channel yet. I appreciate that. And you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye, friends.